Hey guys, Nicole here with Obscure Reptiles and Caging, and today we're going to show you some of our breeder males we'll be using in 2024. So let's get started. Hey guys, so this season we're super excited. We have a few males, quite a few males, who are going to be brand new males. We have some that we've been growing up for quite a while that are finally going to be ready. And we have some males that we've used every season that we're going to be using again this season. So breeding season hasn't quite started yet. We're going to push ours back a little bit because a lot of our breeders end up not even having their eggs until later in the season anyway. So we figured we'll wait a little bit longer till we start breeding. That way the females have a little bit more time to gain more weight. Males have more time to keep eating before they stop completely, because normally when you start breeding them, they like to not eat as much. And we're going to take a little bit slower and try to change it a little bit to hopefully get more clutches in a shorter period of time rather than getting them so spread out over like a 4, 5, 6 month period. So the first one we're going to show you, this is our boy Tyrone. He has been one of our breeders. We've had him for at least 6, 7 years now, and he came from Sterling Nelson. A lot of our older stuff came from Sterling Nelson. A lot of newer stuff came from Bob Vu at Bob's Balls. And he is one of our favorites. He is a GHI Mojave, but he is a perfect specimen. He is super dark, super light. We do have a female GHI Mojave, but she's nowhere near the quality of him. She still is beautiful and amazing, but I love the super dark size that he has, the perfect light color down the spine, and he was already a proven breeder when we got him. He's a little bit spicy. He's never really liked me that much, but he eats great, he breeds great. We didn't use him much. We still have one more clutch hatching this year. It's our lesser Mojave female, which was bred to him. So we're hoping to get some blue-eyed Lucies out of it, some more GHI Mojave, stuff like that. We still have about a week until we cut that clutch. By the time this comes out, I'm sure that we already will have done that. But Tyrone is one of our absolute favorites, and he works great with a lot of the stuff that we have. Next up is actually Tyrone's son. I'm not sure what we named this little guy. I don't believe that we actually have. So this is a GHI Mojave, exactly like Tyrone, but he's also a banana, and because his mother was a banana, which was a banana fire, he is actually a GHI Mojave banana female maker, which means whenever he does breed for us, anything that is banana or has banana in it is going to be female, and anything that does not have banana in it should be a male. They can slightly have variation when it comes to that. For example, we did a male maker, but we still ended up with one female in the clutch that we had earlier this year. But super excited. People always seem to really enjoy female banana stuff. GHI Mojave stuff people always seem to really enjoy. It's definitely one of my favorite things. That's why we got Tyrone to begin with. And on top of that, I really think he's also fire like the mom. I'll see if I can find a picture of him as a baby and then find one of him now, the most current one that we have. His color has changed significantly over, I think he's almost 2.5, 3 years old. He was super slow to grow. He actually came out of the smallest egg we've ever had, 28-ish, 29 grams. And he has always been super slow to eat, except when we put him in actually a larger bin, which normally makes snakes eat slower, because I think it was a dark bin. It has a hide and a hide water bowl. He's super comfortable now. He doesn't miss any meals, so he's finally ready to be able to breed for us. He's been eating steady for about 6 months now, and we still, again, have a few more months until we're actually going to breed him, but we're definitely going to put him in the roster. We actually have, this is our breeding chart right here behind me. I have filled out some of them with who's going to be breeding with who. I believe we're going to be putting him with only 2 females. This year we're only going to put each male with a maximum of 3 females. So the way that we work it is any male goes in, he gets 2 days. If we see a lock and they unlock sooner than that, we'll pull them out. And if in 2 days we don't see any lock, pull them out. Going to get 5 whole days off. That way they can eat, recover, and then go into another enclosure with another female the next week, and then by the end of the month they get 1 whole week off, and we're going to keep switching around when they have that off week. So that way not only are they going to be getting full 5 days rest, they're going to get whole week rests every single month as well. But most of the males are only going to be actually with 2 females, but a maximum of 3 females. I know a lot of breeders do a lot more than that, but we want to make sure, because we have really no huge quarantine to be able to separate them from the females. Sometimes your males don't want to breed, or sometimes your males only want to breed. They don't want to eat, they don't want to do anything else, so you actually have to pull them away where they can't smell the females. And because we have so many now, there's nowhere for us to really put that many at once, so we're hoping by giving them a little bit less of a job to do and holding off to doing that further than before, we won't have to have that kind of issue. We normally don't, but if worst case scenario happens, we want to make sure we're prepared for everything. Another one that we used last year, we have quite a few pieds, but I'll show you a couple of them. There's going to be our banana cinnamon pied. He actually was a father this year. He sired one clutch from a dual sire clutch. He had one baby in that whole clutch, and then he just fathered another clutch, which was produced 2 banana cinnamons like him. He's a female maker, so all the bananas that come out should be female, or most of them will be. We're going to use him a lot more this upcoming season. We've actually got a black pastel pied and a cinnamon pied. He's going to be going with both of those for sure this season. As it comes to pieds, we also have our Gene X Leopard Pastel. He's the one who actually gave us this super awesome girl. She is one of the lowest weight pieds I've ever seen, but both parents were pieds, and the female had never bred before, so we know for sure that it is a pied. But she is just like the dad. She's a Gene X Leopard Pastel. She was way lighter when she first hatched compared to what she looks like now, and she has specific scales that are even lighter than the rest of them, which gives it this crazy pixelation. So he's super awesome. For pieds, we've also got our boy Scout, which is a Mojave pied. We did not use him much last season because the season before we put him like once or twice in with just about everybody, just in case, and he sired like 70 something babies all in one season. So we definitely pulled back and used him a little bit less this year. He still was the dad of just a couple of babies, but he's one of those males that if you put him in and he breeds, he is going to be the dad. So he's like our little secret backup in case a female's not really breeding, or we have males that aren't really performing. We'll put him in there. But he's a super awesome guy. We love using Scout, and we love Mojave pieds. Our tried and true, we got our albino pied boy right here. He glows. He is fantastic. He breeds great. He goes back on food great. He doesn't want to really miss meals even while breeding. And because we ended up keeping so many of his daughters back to be able to breed, hopefully this coming season and a couple more in later seasons, we got another albino pied. His name is Dean. That way we could tell them apart a little bit. But we only got him because I don't personally want to breed any adults that are related, if they're brother and sister, if they're daughters and fathers, stuff like that. I just wanted to get another one. That way we have a really good gene pool. We have the healthiest babies possible. And we have a few different things that can actually go with the albino pieds, because we also have a Candino pied female that we can put with the albino pied male. So we now have 2. Dean won't be ready this season, but we do still have the original boy that we've been breeding him for probably about the last 5 seasons. Our boy Atlas is also a father. He had a super awesome clutch. This is our 5 gene freeway combo. He is a yellow belly, asphalt, GHI, pastel, Enchi. And I'll see if I got a picture of his clutch. We put it with actually our female GHI Mojave, and we got some awesome babies. We actually got some holdbacks out of there. We're going to be using him again. We have a few other things that are going to be able to make freeways and stuff in the future, but not so many right now. We have a black pastel banana mahogany pinstripe yellow belly female, which she's a very slow grower, so she's going to need at least 1 or 2 more seasons. But that would be super awesome to use with him. The babies are going to be mind-blowing. It's going to be very hard to identify. It's got a super stripe female, which goes really good with the yellow belly complex with the freeway stuff that we're going for. And we also have a couple other things that are still very young. We've got a while to go. We should have some cool freeway stuff in the next upcoming seasons. Can't wait to be able to use him. This one I call Louie because he actually bit my friend Lewis at least one time, but he is a blackhead mahogany Mojave cinnamon. So I actually just did a breeding with him, and we put that to our cinnamon calico spider, and we ended up with a bunch of babies that had Enchi in it. And none of my other males have Enchi, especially ones that went to her. She only went with him, and a GHR Mojave and a Purple Passion. None of those have Enchi, and they're proven. So we're not 100% sure. We think that the female had the Enchi, but I'm going to be breeding that male to a few different other females this season to see if Enchi is actually running within him instead of within the spider. One more boy who, it'll be his first season. He just is finally big enough. He is a blackhead cinnamon pastel clown. So again, we're trying to get some really cool clown combos. We've got a few females that are growing up. Actually, the next video we're going to be doing is some of our females that we'll be breeding. We'll show you some of our older ones, some of the ones that we have currently, and the ones that are finally going to be ready for their first season. But super excited to be able to use him. We still have our pinstripe pastel Mojave clown male, but we're hoping to replace that guy with him because we have quite a few pastel pinstripe Mojave females. But other than that, that's the majority of our males. We have a few others that might be ready. We have a few others who we might still use. We're not 100% sure yet. But if you guys like this video, please make sure you're subscribed if you haven't already. We make a few videos every single week, and I'll see you guys in the next video.